Luke on Shame TV, joined by Chris Millington. So a 3-1 win over Wrexham. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really enjoyable game, and I thought we were good value for the win. Really, I know they've had a couple of chances, but we've had some really good chances that we missed as well. So to come up against a really strong team like that, strong group of players, strong group of individual players. I mean, you look at the quality of the team sheet comes out, and you're looking for the weaknesses, and there aren't many. So to go and play the way we did, and get the result that I think we deserved, over the moon. Yeah.
So you mentioned the team sheet coming out. There were obviously 3 changes this afternoon. I think a lot of people would have been worried by the lack of Luke Summerfield and Jesse Deborah.
Yeah, well, that's the one in it. I mean, it's a squad game, and we have I've said this all season, and I know people question it because the league position maybe don't back it up, but we have got a decent squad of players, and we've had untimely injuries the season over, all the time. So, a couple more untimely injuries this week. With Jesse's been feeling his hamstring since the England camp, and thankfully got through last week. But then with the scan this week, it's shown up a little hamstring strain, which will see him miss the next couple of games at least. And then Summers just really unfortunate right at the end of training, and literally in the last small-sided game of training on Thursday. Pulled up, and then a scan yesterday showed up the same, a hamstring strain, which is going to take a little bit of time to get right. But look at the players who've come in. I mean, Adam Senior deputising for Jesse on the right side of that back three was just phenomenal. I mean, the lad's getting better and better, and a real asset. And Jack Hunter, goes one of the unsung heroes, I would say, of the team. Really, his work often goes unnoticed, but he's always right up there in terms of the distance covered. He runs further than the vast majority of players come the end of the game. He makes necessary blocks, tackles, competes for headers, and he'll fill gaps when we go forward to try and prevent the counter attack. He's switched on and savvy in that way. So, of course, any team's going to miss Luke Summerfield and Jesse Deborah, but what I hope the fans are seeing is that there's a quality across the group that now we're playing as a team and putting in a real shift. It's really shining through.
Of course, a pretty even first half, neither side really dominating anyway, but then obviously Elliot Lee with a little bit of quality to put the visitors ahead.
It was a great goal, yeah. We were stood right behind it, and Harvey Gilmore's done brilliantly to get out and try and close the space and really narrow the angle, and somehow he still found the only area of the goal where it was going to end up in the back of the net. So it was a fantastic finish, and we can't, we came in at half time, and we'll never begrudge a team scoring a goal like that, because it was a fantastic finish from the lad. So we've got to hold our hands up and say well done to him. But the encouraging thing for us is we'd had chances of our own. Millie Ali's shot, the rebound that just fell to the side of Manny, there was the free kick that went in, that really we should have done more to get on the end of. There was Manny's chance where he's got the ball and driven and shot across goal, and really should have worked the keeper. So we'd created a number of really quite decent chances ourselves in the first half. So going 1-0 down off the back of a really excellent finish from the opposition, you'll take that. And we felt there was enough of a performance from us to build on in the second half.
And of course, build on it in the second half we did with that absolutely perfect start, thanks to Millie Ali.
Yeah, Millie, that's him, isn't it? He's played a significant part in getting us the last 2 wins, Altrincham and obviously today. So a lot of credit to him, and I'm pleased for him, because he will have his critics, certainly, because he's a flair player, and he'll try and do things that maybe don't come out of the textbook, and when they go wrong it doesn't look great. So somebody like me with a coaching eye sometimes can get frustrated at some of that, but the lad has got the ability to pull something out of nothing. And I think the first goal, I was delighted at the timing of it. Initially I was a little bit unsure as to whether or not we'd hit him a little bit too early, and we might have benefited from later. But then as the half wore on, it became clear that was perfect timing for us to get level.
Of course, we just built on it really from there, with Miller getting his second goal of the game before providing the assist for Manny's third.
Yeah, and again, as we always do, we look to be solid at the back as much as anything, and I think when you look at their front line and then the addition of Ollie Palmer coming on, Jones coming on, you're looking and you're thinking these are an outstanding attack, and so we've got to give credit to the defenders for containing them for large periods of the game. And of course they've had one or two chances, but we'd be crazy to expect to come through a game against this Wrexham side without conceding the odd chance. So the defence deserve credit, but then the two goals, the second and third from Millington and Manny, the icing on the cake, and deserved. You know, I think maybe last week at Altrincham we know we maybe nicked that a little bit, but that's definitely not the case today. I think we've earned that result, and we're really good value for the 3 points.
And mentioning last week's result caps off a pretty perfect week for the club. Yeah,
and a good run. You know, I think we're 1 defeat in 9 now, and that again, as I've mentioned previously, was an away defeat to a very good Chesterfield side in a game that we didn't actually play badly in. So the run that we're on now is very positive. It only stays positive as long as it continues. So we've got to do everything we can to build on that. On Monday away at York, and I know they've had a decent result today. So yeah, listen, it's been a great week, but we can't rest on it. We've got to look to build on it, take it forward, and carry that momentum forward, and give the fans something to really cheer about for the running.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.